Hey everyone, it's Justin Hillgrove of Imps and Monsters, and behind the camera is Marcus Young of Lasting Impression Art. As an artist, I get really busy during summer, late spring, summer, and fall, and then winter is kind of my time to produce. I get a lot more studio time, and I just find myself with a lot more time to actually work on projects. So staying excited about what I'm working on, staying inspired there's times where it can be challenging. And one of the things I like to do is I have some art books and I love to look through them. I can always look online, but there's just something about having like a tactile book in my hands to flip through, or to physically going to a museum as opposed to just looking up pictures online. So I've got some of my favorites here, but I wanted to show off currently my favorite art book I've got right now, which is The Art of Over the Garden Wall. I'm not sure if you've watched the show or not, but it is fantastic. The backgrounds, the painted backgrounds are beautiful. The character design is excellent, and the story is fantastic. There's a lot of just very complete, a lot of soul to the entire story. So I was excited when at Christmas time my wife got me the Art of the Garden Wall, Over the Garden Wall. So just to kind of show the book off a little bit. It's essentially it's like a tome of it's kind of a Bible of how to pitch a cartoon, which I wasn't expecting. I expected a lot of just, here's some of the backgrounds, here's some of the characters, but there's entire chapters just about how they pitched the book, or I'm sorry, how they pitched the series to Cartoon Network. There's a lot about how how the story evolved and how the art evolved, and finding the artists and what styles they went with. And I was really impressed with, I guess, how much information really is in the book. It's a really valuable book if you're ever considering pitching a cartoon, which I've actually done in the past. And I remember thinking that they didn't really understand the vision I had, or I didn't properly convey what they wanted. And initially I think I maybe thought it was them, but after reading this, I think I just didn't do a good enough job communicating everything I wanted to about my story and about what I wanted to do. So anyway, just a shout out to those of you who are into this sort of thing. Check out the book; it's fantastic. And if you haven't seen the series, I highly recommend it. It was a 5-part or 10 mini-sode what do you call that? Marcus, help me out. Miniseries. It was a miniseries by Cartoon Network, put out just a couple years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago now. So, yeah.
You want him to pronounce his name
Sure.
for you?
Yeah. Awet Moges.
Awet Moges? Moges. Okay. All right. Well, sorry, I'm still new, so.
It's fine.
All right.
No problem.
All right, well, it's nice to meet you, Awet. We're really glad to be talking to you for a sec. And wanted to just see if you could tell us a little bit about you and your art, maybe your journey to how you got to what you're doing now.
Yeah, sure. So it sounds like you've got 3 questions there. The first one is,
Yes.
Who am I? I was born in Ethiopia. I'm an immigrant American. And I was so fascinated with pop culture growing up. Especially, I was really fascinated by mythology. But because at the time there was no captions on the TV, I couldn't really watch anything on the TV. So I really just read books. And I was looking for something that more related to mythology, like what my book is about. And then when I was finished reading those stories, I would want to read more stories. And I figured out that, you know what? I could write my own story, and it's about the pantheon of gods.
Nice. And is there a specific pantheon or mythology that you kind of gravitate towards?
No, not really. I just thought, to choose one god. No, I was going to choose them all. Use all the gods. The whole entire pantheon. But I wanted everything to be more mainstream, like East and West sort of merging into one, and including like our history within mythology.
All right, thank you. Can you tell us a little bit about your process?
Yeah, sure. It's kind of a long process, but I'll summarize it as best I can. I just use my really good memory skills to be able to create the panels. I, sort of figure out how I want to set my panels up, and it's all based on the fact that I was such a huge fan of pop culture and mythology. When I'm satisfied with how things are composed within the panels, then I go ahead and draw them. And if things are not working, then I'll go back and redo them. But I'm always trying to read up on how to do these kinds of things and find a solution to whatever the problem is that's presented within the work I'm doing.
Okay. And then what inspires you? You talked a little bit about pop culture and mythology. Is there anything else that really gets you excited about creating?
Actually, dinosaurs. The big dinosaurs. I was really sort of looking for something sort of strange and interesting within like the dinosaur kind of era. I'm really fascinated with that as well. So, reptiles and things like that. So I'm always interested in going beyond just like basic stuff. But luckily for me, my obsession with dinosaurs, I was able to take that and apply it to this product, to this story.
That's great. All right. And do you have any advice for maybe aspiring artists, people that are just getting into it?
Yeah. A person who inspires someone, they already have the passion within them. But you need to take that passion and apply discipline to it and hard work. You have to be your own satisfactory person. You can't just be contrary. You can't just be oppositional. You have to go with what your passion is. No one preached at me. No one told me no or yes. That's the thing. You just have to persevere.
Okay.
And every day, practice drawing, sketching, whatever you need to do every day.
That's great. Thank you so much. How does someone find out more about you?
Well, I'm on Facebook. I have a page that's just for my art. I also have an Instagram page. Thanatologist is my Instagram name.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for interviewing us. Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumb up and subscribe to our channel. If there's anything that you'd like to see Justin and I cover in a future video, please leave a comment in the section below. We'll see you next time.